point where there's tools. Every guy loves tools, and I'm going to start nicknaming you Tool Man. Actually, I think I'm going to change your name in my phone to the Tool Man.
We got a lot of cool stuff here. Yancy, can you do me a favor? Come over here and look and make sure we got this set up right.
Yeah, I've been there, done that accidentally while filming with you. And I did it again. Wow. All right.
Don't ever look at the light. Don't look directly
yeah,
into the light.
this is not poltergeist, people. Do not look in the light. And they're just enough to get me. Wow. Okay, I can't see where I'm going, so this might be a very good broadcast or a very odd broadcast, one of the two. We are live once again. New product showcase, right? We're showcasing some new stuff. All right, no.
We're going to blow you out of the screen.
We're going to blow me out of the screen.
Blow you off the set.
We have Chris Metcalf with Flex Power Tools. Thank you for being in here.
Sure.
And he has some amazing products, and I'm going to try to find my way over there because literally I see like little white dots all over.
Okay. Hey, Chris, look at all the cool tools we got here.
Got a lot of new exciting things. I'm glad to be here in your garage. Appreciate the invite. It's great to come in and talk about these new products and the exciting things we have.
Yeah, well, Flex makes great tools, especially in the cordless range. In fact, I'd say from all the cordless tools I've actually tested and used, nothing surpasses the performance or the quality of Flex cordless technology. Battery technology.
I think the first time we introduced the Flex cordless product was probably 4 years ago, I believe, at SEMA. We like to showcase things, new products to the market. I think it was 3 to 4 years ago was the first one we showed.
God, I have all the #1 tools.
I know you do.
I can't really remember. I got the PE14, the Finisher, the Sea Beast, and the Pixie. I think they're all #1. So
it's either that you guys are getting older or it's just been a while.
Or I have too many tools.
Or too many tools.
Way too many tools.
You can never have too many tools.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike.
So we'll tell you what I like to do when we do shows like this, there's a lot of people out there that are already familiar with all the great Flex tools we got up here on the workbench in front of us and behind us. But let's pretend some people out there are not familiar with everything that you have to offer. So let's kind of talk about the existing stuff and the new stuff. And I blinded Yancy with the light, which I controlled with my phone, which was pretty cool if you're into detailing cars. You can. It has such a wide spectrum of light that helps you to see the swirls and scratches, But we've got all this cool stuff up here. Where do you want to start?
I think the best thing, to start with, like you said, let's give a quick overview of where Flex is.
Okay.
Flex is a manufacturing, our facility where we manufacture this product is in Steinheim, Germany. We're coming up on our 100th birthday.
Wow.
So that's going to be a celebration that happens here in a very short time.
Was it during Oktoberfest? Because I want to go.
Yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, and I would invite you guys too, right? Of course.
Been there, done that. Want to do it again.
No, the bottom line, we have a lot of heritage with our company. We've been producing these tools for a long time and developing and manufacturing them. So we know everything that really goes into these tools, and I try and deliver that to the market on events like this where we talk about this. So we're going to dive into some of this stuff and kind of point out some things maybe you didn't know about the Flex product. That's hopefully what we get out of this video.
So which tool do you want to start with first?
Let's start with the light. We can start with the light. It's a cool product. This is our new DWL 2500. When we first introduced it, we kind of teased everybody last year at SEMA, and this is now available and something that you can order. And it's great prices on the website right now for this. It does look like a product that comes from ScanGrip. I'm not going to lie to you. And the bottom line, we collaborated on this with ScanGrip.
Hey, what better to do? They're pretty good lights. So
great lighting company.
But is all battery technology, and it's the same battery all your tools use.
It is, and I do point that out that it does use the Flex battery, and it actually does not come with a power cord. It's specifically designed to be used with the Flex battery, and that's really how ScanGrip allowed us to take some of their technology and kind of bring it into our family of products that we offer.
And the batteries last forever on something like this.
It really does. I mean, and the nice thing, like you were doing, Mike, with your iPhone, is it has Bluetooth capabilities. So where you may have this on a stand in your shop, or you may have it attached to the wall or something, or your cart, you're able to adjust that light while you're down working on the car. And I think it's important because there's a lot of different hues that you're able to create with that. Mm-hmm. Yancy, you mentioned you were on a project and you needed certain lighting in the garage you were in so you could see the paint. And I mean, that's really what the whole point of being able to adjust that light is.
Yeah, we were doing an interior video, and actually I pulled that out because it was right after the class. And I was just like absolutely amazed that I was able to dial it in and actually get it where it's color corrected to the same as my studio light. So I just thought that was the neatest thing since sliced bread. So a couple of those lights are like mine.
You know, the bottom line, I think, you know, originally this type of light where you're able to adjust that was specific for probably a body shop guy that's trying to color match.
Color match panels, yeah.
But depending on the lighting you have in your shop or where you are, being able to adjust that you know, tone of light. I think
Dial it in for the paint color that you're working on and the
Yeah.
environment you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's on your website at a great sale price for the SEMA week.
What is that great sale price?
I don't know have the prices right in front of me.
They're all marked.
Yancy's got it in the
If
Yeah.
you want one,
comments.
it's the time to
So
buy
it's definitely
right now.
it's in your new products category on your website right now. So
I have 4 of these for the garage. You see 3 more back there, and then I got
Well,
this
2
one
of those
right
are
here.
mine.
Yeah.
Just going to tell you that right now. It's been
Whatever.
documented. 2 of them are mine.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought they were all mine.
No, I'll fight you for those. Those were nice for doing video shoots. All right, moving along. Sorry.
Bottom line, it's a great light, something that you need in your arsenal. And if you have the Flex battery system already, it's definitely something you should invest in.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the light, the cool light. And you want to go with the Flex car dryer, or you want to go with the Pixie?
You can do the blower. You had it right there. I mean,
same.
this is something that's been around for a little bit. I think we introduced this 2 years ago at SEMA. But it's a great product, just another addition to your Flex arsenal with your battery system. They are available as a bare tool. What the word bare tool means is it literally comes with no battery and no charger. The kit comes with a battery and charger and then all of the attachments. So if you were to go on the website right now and buy the bare tool, this is basically what you're going to get. You know, you add that battery to the system, 18 volt lithium, 5 amp hour. A lot of guys like to use it like this. It's well balanced in your hand too. When you have this, you just feel it.
I use it for drying things off. Like if I've wetted something and I want to get it dry, instead of wait for it to dry, I use this to dry, like a fan.
Yeah.
Not really like a blower. It's kind of different than like drying a car. I'm trying to dry something off.
You know, on a car like this though, you really have a lot of the areas where you're going to have that water that just continuously runs out of it. And with this, you're able to get in, turn that power up, kind of blow those cracks and crevices out and kind of get the water out of there so you don't get those drips all the time.
No, anytime I do a prep wash, before I do anything else, I walk around and blow out all the emblems, the headlights, door handles, mirrors, anything where water's gonna drip gets blasted with this. And because there's no cords, it's so convenient. But another thing that me and Yancy use it for is before we shoot a video like this, is we blast all the leaves off the floor, because every time you open the garage door there, the wind blows the leaves and sticks and dead bugs in here. So it's also our head floor cleaner here.
I've had a lot of guys that like this. They put it in their classic car, fits in the trunk well. You know, just literally nice and low profile. You can put it under the back seat of your car. Say you're at a car show, you get a quick rain or something like that, and instead of towel drying your car off, you can easily blow it off right on the showroom floor.
That's a smart idea. I didn't even think about that.
If your car is just lightly dirty, like mine's usually just lightly dirty, instead of getting the vacuum out, I just blow the inside out.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
so convenient. So that is a great tool. And actually it comes with fittings you can that attach right here to inflate or deflate inflatable toys, like an air mattress.
You can use it for multiple different things.
Yeah, and then of course it uses the same great battery technology that all the other Flex tools use.
And we'll get into that in a minute about the batteries. I think we should go over that before we're done here today, just to give you a good understanding of what's inside those batteries.
Okay, well, let's go to the Pixie, the PXE80.
The PXE80, Mike labeled it the Pixie.
So
it's
Pixie.
a great name. The bottom line, you know, this has been such a popular product this year for us. We first introduced it last year at SEMA. And to be honest with you, I think it hit the market probably around the beginning of COVID, which it was a tough time for everybody.
Yeah.
And it has been a challenge with the demand out there for it to be in stock, to be honest with you.
We're always sold out here at Autogeek.
I'm not here
to
to you know, tell you something that you don't already know, because I know a lot of you probably watching this are looking for this product. I will tell you right now, on a delivery truck coming from our warehouse, this product is in that truck on its way to the Autogeek's warehouse here.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the three different drive units then. I've got the 12 millimeter in here, but this is what's
here,
cool.
let me zoom in.
Is the quick release.
Yeah, turn that towards me a little bit. Now do it.
Okay, so you just pull back on this spring-loaded collar here, and boom, you can pull out the different drive units. There's 3 different drive units there, swap you.
Yep.
So that's the 12 millimeter. This is the rotary. Boom, now I'm in rotary mode. And then there's a 3 millimeter for sanding. And it's just that quick and easy to go between them. But the really cool feature about this, and this is what everybody likes as far as the micro tool goes, is it has the ability to maintain pad rotation in that 12 millimeter drive unit. And a lot of the micro tools, that's where they kind of fall down. And if you can't keep the pad rotating, you're really not doing anything. So you slap your favorite pad on here, get your compound polish or one-step cleaner wax, an AIO, and you can actually de-swirl a car using this in free spin mode.
It comes with, in the kit, it actually comes with a really nice bag to keep everything in it. Comes with your flex charger. Comes with 2 of the 12 volt batteries. I will note it is a different battery setup than our normal 18 volt. And really the reason, Mike, we did that was because you're looking for a small unit. You're looking for something that feels good in your hand and is well balanced. So that's really what we've done with that. So like I said, you get 2 of these 12 volt batteries in the kit when you buy that.
Yeah.
And one of the 12 volt batteries, what was your test? What was the number?
Like
how long?
45 minutes.
I mean, it really.
What we did is we set a phone up and we turned it on the hood of a car, and we were just machine waxing it. But from the time we turned it on, we never took it off the paint. We never turned it off, and it went like 48 minutes solid. So
nice.
It's the least of your worries. You know, usually if you're detailing a car, your worries is getting the thing done. Having the battery run out on this tool is the least of your worries. Plus, when it does run out, you got the second battery. It's just, it is so popular. In fact, I can't tell you that I've seen anybody make a negative comment about this tool that's actually purchased one.
I think the only one that I've seen is they want it, they don't have it. That's
they
about
want
the
it.
only negative comment I've seen.
That is the negative comment that I've heard lately, but our factory's delivering. So.
And we're giving one away today, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, way to let the cat out of the bag.
Well, the timing is the right time to share that, so I did.
Yeah.
So if
Stay
you're following
tuned to the
along,
end.
stay tuned to the end. You can win a free Pixie, PXE80.
So a couple other features that we have. This is a brushless technology, so it's a new type of motor here. So the motor itself has a computer chip that's basically talking to the battery, and that's what gives you that long battery runtime.
Yes.
Even the charger itself has a computer chip inside of it. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll put my microphone down there.
I can hear it.
You hear like a fan turning, and I get a lot of comments about that. One of the things to point out is that this flex charger is a high-speed charger, so it's able to charge our batteries a lot faster than anything else out on the market.
And that's key to getting the battery charged up while you're running the other one down, buffing out a car.
Yeah, you've got the LCD also. You throw it on there, it tells you.
Don't forget all the other cool features here.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Some things that are kind of getting used to. This has a type of trigger, which is a type of trigger where I can, without doing the safety, I'm able to push it forward, and it'll run very slow. And that's there for a reason. That's there to move your product around your work area.
Spread it out.
But the other thing you have to understand, that's not at full speed, which I've had people that think that's full speed, and then they call me and say, I'm getting pad stalling. All you have to do is you push down on the back here, and then I'm gonna roll my thumb forward, and it's one motion.
Yeah.
It's kind of one motion. Once you get it, it's not hard.
It becomes second nature.
It's a safety here, a safety here, and then I roll my finger forward and lock it.
And you have to have this type of switch for all markets in the world, right?
It's actually designed for if you accidentally drop it from waist high.
Yeah.
That's a requirement. It will turn itself off.
Okay,
I'm not going to do it now, but
No.
That would be bad.
I've seen some of you guys out there complain that you don't like what's called the rocker switch, but you got to understand, Flex makes tools for a worldwide market. In order to comply with some of the rules and safety regulations of some countries, it has to have this type of switch. So we in America get this type of switch whether we like it or not.
It's easy. Once you get the hang of it, it really isn't that complicated.
It's not a big deal, no.
The other thing to point out while we're looking at the tool, when I turn this on, you see that it comes directly up on the top and it'll show you 3 bars.
Let me get in close.
So
here
yeah,
real quick.
I'll do that again for you. So as I turn this on, you'll see 3 bars come up. I can either adjust it up for the 4th speed, which is just a little bit higher, or I can adjust it down. Now, if I turn it off when it's below that speed 3, the cool thing is it keeps it there. So if I'm working on a particular application, below speed 3, it'll keep it on 1 or on 2. and it'll always come back to that. So
Yeah.
say you're working on a specific application, you want that speed, you're just able to keep it at that. And that's what I've seen a lot of guys have done. They've purchased the kit, and then they come in and they buy the bare tool. And I realize why they're buying the bare tool. I know this is a quick change, but in a lot of these shop environments where they're doing only one application with this, they may have it in like a tool belt or some sort of way to hold it, and they're quickly going from polisher to polisher. So they use the extra battery they get in the kit, and then they buy the accessory that works for whatever application you're working on.
Now, when you go to the 4 setting and it's locked in though, and you turn it off, it goes back down to the 3.
It does.
Is this kind of a safety feature or a no mess feature?
I wear black pants, and you wear a black shirt. I don't want the sling all over me,
Yeah.
so that's the whole point of that.
So yeah, so it's got, and now don't forget the sexy piping.
The sex piping.
The sexy piping, the red pinstriping through the black, it gives it some style. Hey, when you buy Flex, you're rolling first class.
This is your personal unit too. You've been using this quite a bit.
It's
So
my personal unit.
Then I know that you have a little extra little demo item back behind there, a showpiece item. Why don't you show them that, the actual interior of it, so that way people can see what the tool's actually made of inside.
You know, I mean, I love to bring things that we show at SEMA, and these are cool things that you guys get to see at SEMA. This came directly from the factory. My friends in the German R&D department, Ralph, I'll give you a shout out if you're watching. He took the time to make these cuts and get this opened up. And really what you're seeing here is this is your brushless motor. And if you're up close, I mean, you know, the fan, this is a workable unit. You've got the aluminum housing. I like to reiterate that, and I opened this up here specifically to show you, this is not all plastic components. There are plastic things around the outside to protect the aluminum housing. But this is a strong, durable unit that's really going to last for you, and that's you just see that in the quality of that tool being opened up.
Totally high quality tool. So, the skeleton view is what we call that.
Exactly.
The skeleton view.
Exactly.
Pretty cool.
You know, talking about new and exciting things, Mike, I do like to bring that up. We have within our company what's called the roadmap, and the bottom line, I'll tell you that's been an exciting tool this year. And it's not the last time you're going to see that tool, you know, in the future. So you got to stay tuned to Mike's channel here, and you'll see different things in the future.
More cool stuff coming.
A lot of
from
cool
Flex.
stuff.
Okay, so we covered the Pixie, we got the Flex blower, the light. We got 3 tools sitting here. We got a bunch back here. Do you want to go any particular direction?
I say we probably start with the Super Beast,
Okay.
and then rotate into the cordless again, and then we can wrap up with the batteries
I like
conversation.
it. Let's do it.
You know, we've done many videos lately kind of talking about the original XC3401, the forced action or
Hold on. That's not the full
No.
part number. The XC3401.
Oh God, here we
DRG.
go.
Okay, so
Drum roll.
like that rolls off the lips.
Yeah. Or the Beast. Let's just call it the
The
Beast.
Beast.
That's what Mike likes. is
Gear,
the beast.
gear driven, you call it. you
Gear
refer
driven
to it-
orbital polisher.
Gear driven orbital polisher.
Yeah.
8mm throw. Been around the block for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, something that's been here, done that for a long time.
It's a workhorse.
It is. It's proven itself, and it's still available. And you know, we should see it for a period of time next year as well.
Yeah, so here's the Beast, the original 3401, and it's easily identifiable by the exposed aluminum housing
Yep.
and the forward bell handle. But the new tool also has this aluminum housing, you just don't see it. So we want to make sure that people don't think that the new one is just a plastic tool. That's not the case. So show them what's underneath the Super Beast.
So the unit here, a lot of people see this, and you mentioned 2 things on that tool, which I'm going to say it. They are not problem areas that have things that we wanted to change on the new unit.
The word is issues.
No,
improvements. It's just improvements.
Okay.
You mentioned the bell housing, which does get extremely hot on the unit because of the type of motion you have going underneath that. You also mentioned the handle. The handle, if you drop it, it does break. It is what it is. It's not designed to be dropped. But those things were improved in this new model. We looked at that, and we worked around that. So underneath the plastic here, we now have the aluminum. But what we've developed here in a patented area on this product that we have is we're taking that air and we're moving it over top that bell housing now. Here, the air is exhausted out in these vents up here and around on the side. So, it's not brought around that aluminum housing, but because we were able to incorporate one of our patents and bring that air around the head of the unit, the air is now exhausted out by the pad. So it's keeping that air, it's forcing it over the area that does get warm because of the motion it's making, and just helps keep it cool. We also incorporated the handle in the head of the unit. Feels good in your hand when you're using it.
So what I tell people, there's 4 unique benefits minimum to the new version. It's cooler, lighter, smoother, quieter.
Definitely.
Yeah, so all the improvements that you're looking for. And it's still got all the power being a gear-driven orbital, or as engineers like to call it, it's a positive drive.
I got a quick question.
Positive, I have an engineer friend on the forum that shared that with me, and I thought, wow, I'm really glad he shared that with me, but I think the average layperson can wrap their mind around gear-driven, because if you say positive drive, if you got an engineering background, that may mean something to you, but if you're just a detailer, you might go, huh? I want a gear-driven tool, though, not positive. So.
All right, I just got a quick question, and I just want to make sure that I get this up there before I lose it again. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong one. Michael O'Neill, I know that we have Flex North American, what is it, the polishing tool company, what is the name of the place that?
Powerhouse Tool
Powerhouse
Repair?
Tools Repair. Now, do they just do United States, or is somebody from Canada be able to send down into
We actually have a repair facility up in Canada called Original Power Tool.
There you go. There you go, right there.
Up in Canada, you can look up Original Power Tool. Mississauga, I think, is where they're located, if I'm not mistaken, but it should be easy to find on the website.
Sure.
All right, sorry, I just wanted to bring that up because that was a question I couldn't remember if we had that answered in another video of ours or not, so I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay, so this is the evolution of the original 3401. The part number is?
The XCE 10-8. That's
Okay.
our long part number, but what's our name for it?
Nobody's going to call it that, so this is the name I came up with. Can you zoom in on that,
No,
Yancy?
I refuse.
The Super.
Super Beast. We dropped the R on super, so it's just Super Beast. And it's so much easier to talk about the Beast, the Super Beast, and then the Sea Beast. So they're all beasts. They're all 8mm gear-driven orbital polishers.
I like the word beast. I mean, you know, when we first came up with that name, I mean, the bottom line, I've heard multiple times where people first get this unit and they're like, ooh, it's really, you know, it's really pulling me around the car and things. Until you give it a full day's worth of work and understand it, you won't appreciate it, I guess, is the best, the power that it does have.
Yeah.
And it really does have that power.
Yeah.
So,
and you know, then since you brought this up, sometimes if in the internet world, you'll have people, they'll talk about how it has this walking effect, or it yanks or pulls them around. What you don't understand is that it's not a negative, it's just a characteristic. It's a characteristic
It's a teaching
of
moment.
being gear driven. Now, the opposite, the tools that are free spinning, they don't do that, but they're also less powerful. So their characteristic is smoother, but you give up all the power. So everybody can choose which tool they want, and I'm always telling guys, if you want to detail cars for money, you've got to find ways to be fast and efficient to make the most profit per hour. And one way of doing that is with a gear-driven orbital. With gear-driven, you don't got to worry about holograms or burning the paint. And because it's gear-driven, there's no pad stalling. So I have a quote. It goes like this: "The fastest way to plow through a car is with a gear-driven orbital." And but keeping your quality high,
For sure,
because it's orbital. So
kind of moving into the cordless unit, the Sea Beast. One thing I do like to highlight: you see that head of the unit. Since we developed these products and have control over the entire way it's designed, we've basically taken the head off of the corded version and we've now put it into the cordless version. And the advantage to that, or what the positive aspect is, you may have the corded version in a shop environment like that, and you also have the cordless version to be able to take out on a job site or go out to your area and do touch-up work and things like that, to really be able to match or mimic the way the corded version works.
Or you just tired of packing cords.
Exactly. I know a lot of guys that have already invested in our system, and this is what they use throughout their entire shop.
it's the freedom of no cords.
It is.
It's really nice.
But on this unit, we've now got our brushless motor, similar to the Pixie, where you've got a computer chip that's telling the motor how to take the energy and move it to the head of the unit. It's just a well-balanced, it's nice and smooth. You can really hear how smooth it's running. And that's on the high speed there. You've got that adjustment. You've got that adjustment right by your finger where it's very easy to adjust it. So, I'm able to pull that trigger. I'm able to lock it, and then I'm able to adjust it very easily.
And the sexy piping.
the sexy piping just for you, just for
Just
you,
for you,
Mike.
Mike.
I want to just kind of demonstrate what a pleasure it is to work that Accord. So this car has a flawless finish on it already, but just to show what it's like to not have to drag a cord anywhere. Let me put a little product on here.
One of the things you're really going to notice when he's working with this, he's not having to put that cord over his shoulder. So he's going to be able to move that wherever he's comfortable, you know, on the car. The other thing you notice, he pulled the trigger, he locked it, and now he's cradling the battery. I think the cradling the battery is a big thing. Some guys don't like it like that. They're like holding the trigger. But this, when you cradle that battery, it just gives you a well-balanced way of holding the tool.
And a little bit more leverage, I think.
It's really
Yeah.
an easy tool to operate. You know, I
And-
always tell people, if you can make something look easy, it probably is easy.
This is the gear-driven one as well. And talking about walking, all you're doing is moving your hands slightly left or right to make it move where you want it to go. The best way of looking at that is like a floor buffer. If you've ever run a floor buffer, the only way to make that floor buffer move is to tweak it slightly to get it to move around the car.
And here's the benefit to gear driven. Watch, I'll push down. The pad just simply will not stop rotating. There's zero pad stalling. If I go up on edge, push flat down, nothing.
And now
That
there's no
is-
paint there. No,
that
just
is-
joking.
That is, it's not my car. That is power.
You know, even the way you set it down, you know, this has a way of setting it on the floor. Your pad's elevated.
It's not going to fall over.
No, it's not going to fall over. The batteries turn like that for a reason, so it doesn't touch the paint. It just feels good when you're using it.
Now, I got a question that come up here, and I think this was pretty pertinent to what you guys are talking about. Humberto, hey, Humberto, I'm glad to see you back again. Are the buttons for right hand and also for left-handed?
So the only challenge is on the lock. I will tell you that. But yes, you do have the speed control that's easily used on both sides of the tool.
Okay.
But when you're talking about the lock, it's something you have to get used to, I guess, if you're figure out how to push that button.
Okay.
You know, but it does work both ways with the speed control.
Yeah, still very well designed.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so those are the gear-driven tools. You got another tool here, though, but it's not gear-driven. What is it?
It's the XFE 15150 cordless. We have it in corded and cordless as well. Same thing like the gear driven. But you labeled it the...
Actually, a forum member, Dan Trancall, we had a contest.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a contest. We probably had over, I don't know, a couple hundred people submitted ideas, and Flex finally chose the word finisher. So it's the finisher. And that's official in the Flex catalog. So is the Beast.
So as you see, it's free spinning. You know, there's a lot of different products that are out on the market that are free spinning. The most common, I think, is the typical Porter cable, that
Yep.
most people have in their arsenal. This is actually giving you a 15 millimeter throw. So when you move it around, it's probably best if I
Just turn it on.
We can just turn it on and actually see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from the distance from here up to here, that distance, that's 15 millimeter. And so what that means is as this thing's making a circle, it's making a little circle around the big circle, and the diameter of that orbit, the outer orbit, is 15 millimeter. That's what that means.
And if you haven't seen underneath a backing plate of one of these, basically what you have is you have that counterweight, which is spinning and oscillating what we would call the base plate. That's spinning, and then you have your center shaft. So your center shaft is turning. It's locked into your tool, obviously, but it's kind of hard to see on this model. There you go.
So that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's
so
the
it's-
magic right there, people.
So these are things you see at SEMA. I'm trying to bring you stuff that's cool.
You're bringing semen to the people. I
That's
like
right.
it.
Trying to.
You go to the Flex booth and you get to see all this cool stuff.
You know, it does mean a lot what's inside the tool as far as quality goes. I think that's
Well,
something.
you guys are proud of it. You
mean,
want to show
really,
it off. If you
yeah, we
didn't
wanna-
weren't proud of it, you wouldn't be having those little pieces right there to
And there
show
are some
people.
companies that don't want to show you what's inside the tool. You know, something I always like to share with people when it comes to the original Beast, and now even any of these other tools, you never see them for sale used. Never. And there's been a few times I've seen someone sell, before these new ones were brought out, the original Beast, the 3401. And the same thing happened every single time. A couple months go by and they come back and they share that they regret it because now in order to get one, they got to pay full price when they let theirs go for a discount because it was obviously used. But you don't see them sell for sale used. They're just once you get one, you keep it.
I mean, I think you say it all the time, add to your arsenal. And it's one of those things, you're building that arsenal, you know, whether you have a couple different colors or different brands in your arsenal, every tool really has its place is something I like to always point out.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, one of the things I like, and I used to be a beast guy. Now I'm a super beast. Almost every car I buff out, I grab the super beast. But once you, and I tell people all the time, you spend enough time with this tool and you can make a dance on paint. And I'll show you, or you come to one of my classes, you put a 7-inch pad on here, and you learn how to go up on edge with it, and you can turn that 7-inch pad into a 1-inch pad and buff out the thin panels. And now, sorry, but you don't need any other tool. You can do everything with this one tool if you spend the time with it. And that just creates speed, because now you aren't switching tools.
You just brought up a good point. Something that always happens at SEMA. The first question I always get when someone walks in my booth, you know, I always, you know, greet them and say hi. And then my next question is, what kind of tools do you use on your, you know, in your business? And really the question that they will give me is, you know, different tools and things like that. And then I ask them, have you ever tried a flex? And, you know, the biggest thing is you turn them to something like the Super Beast or the original 3401, the Beast, and you give it to them and you give them a quick education on it. And you say, this is our most versatile tool. From this tool, you build out your arsenal. I think that's really...
That's a great way to put it. It's just a good tool. You know, I show this also in my, my boat detailing class. In my boat detailing class, I always bring in the worst condition center console bolts, huge boats. And I only bring in dark colors because when they oxidize, they turn white. There's no impact to take an oxidized white boat and make it shiny. There's no visual impact. You can't capture in pictures, the camera, and there's nothing there for the student. So I bring in dark color boats that turn white, and we start by machine sanding them. And because gel coat is fairly thick, you know, I'm about showing guys how to do things fast, because imagine if you're by yourself trying to buff out a 26-foot center console boat that's been neglected for 20 years. One of the fastest way to get that thing back in shape is to machine sand it. Not hand sand it, not compound it with the wool pad and rotary, but machine sand it. And with a gear-driven orbital like this, you can knock that out as fast as humanly possible while keeping your quality high. And then you switch over to the rotary to pull your sanding marks out. And this is something that a lot of people don't know, but in my classes here, sometimes we bring in, like my boat classes, we run up to 26 people. If I got 2 boats in here and you got 26 people, that's, you know, like 8 people on a side of a boat. That's more than enough real estate for everybody to have plenty of hands on time. And I'll put out all the rotary buffers. So I'll put out, I'm not going to say the name brands, but all the other rotary buffers. And guess what? Everybody walks over and grabs the cordless PE14. Nobody wants to grab the heavy corded tools when this thing will do just as good a job. No cord, lightweight, quiet, smooth, cool.
What, you mean nobody likes the 20-pound Makitas anymore?
I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say I just noticed what everybody grabs first. They grab these.
You know, the bottom line, this rotary cordless, it's something I wanted to grab from the back. We didn't have room up here. I have too many tools, Mike. You know, just too many tools to show. But yeah. This is another great product that we sell, the cordless rotary boat applications. You know, a great opportunity for someone. You know, instead of dragging cords over the water and things like that, you have something like this. I've seen people that have figured out a rigged a way, if they do accidentally drop it on the side of a boat, that it's not going to go in the water. You know, but just not having that cord to drag around makes a big difference.
That's actually a prototype you guys sent me. That's why it's two different colors.
It is.
You were looking at it like, what's going on with this?
It has a metric backing plate.
It's got Mike Phillips on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
His signature.
As soon as he gets a tool in, he tags it.
Every time we give Mike a polisher at SEMA, first thing he does is goes to his bag and gets a marker and writes his name on it.
That's so whoever steals it can remember who to thank. Oh yeah, I stole this from Mike Phillips.
So, you know, another great product in our battery line, and I think maybe we should talk a little bit about the batteries.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do batteries.
You know, the bottom line, I'll kind of give you a quick understanding. You know,
here, hold on. Before you guys get started, once you move that one out of the way, then move the blower out of the way a little bit, then pull the battery charger up to the front.
Okay.
So that way, then I can get a clear angle at that. Because if not, people are like, well, they're talking about something, but he's not, aren't it?
You know,
See, I look out for you people out there.
You know, the bottom line, in the Flex offering, we have 2 different batteries. We have the 18-volt the unit, and we also have our 12-volt. You can clearly see in the video here the size of them. I think, you know, it tells you the reason why. Even the 2.5 amp, and this is a kind of a spot to kind of explain that. Each of the batteries has different amp ratings, and the amp rating is basically the amount of cells that we have inside here. This is the 18 volt 5 amp battery that I'm holding. That means that we have enough cells in here to add up to 5 amps. They all are that 18 volt power rating, just like the 12 volt is the 12 volt power rating. But inside this, really, there's a lot of technology. Not only do we have what we call a PCB board, which is your computer chip that's reading those battery cells. Each one of the battery cells, which are Samsung battery cells, are coated with what we call keep cool technology. In the lithium world, keeping that battery at a consistent temperature when you're working with it, it's the most important thing to give you that long battery life. Because I know you've tested other tools in the market and things like that. And with our batteries, another question that we get asked a lot is how long does the battery last on the individual tools? And you've done physical testing with the clock on your wall. And
I have more, I've done more testing and then written up how-to articles that document it than anybody breathing. Because the reason I did that is because I figured the first question some guy's gonna ask is, how long does the battery last? And under heavy use, you take any one of these cordless polishers and you're pushing hard and going as hard as you can, 25, 30 minutes minimum, but usually longer. But if you're just doing normal buffing, 40, 45 minutes. So that's the average person. So, but again, it just depends on how hard you're pushing. But there's nothing that compares to it on the market that I've used. And I've used quite a bit of the battery stuff.
And really to explain that, also the time of length that we tell you, 30 to 45 minutes of run time, that's from pulling the trigger and the clock starts. Yep. So, every time you pull that trigger, there's 2 seconds off the clock. And that, literally subtracts off that clock. So you're getting that true 30 to 45 minutes of runtime for each battery. And each of the kits come with 2 batteries. So you always have one on the charger and one you're using. And when you put it on the charger, a cool thing also is that we have the LCD. This is something that a lot of companies in the market have not added to their chargers. But this is physically, if it pops up, it's testing the battery. It's telling us this battery is completely empty. The longest I've ever seen is 48 minutes. There we go. And I tried to say that before it popped up because I knew this battery was completely dead. But I think that's the longest you've seen is 48 minets.
48 minutes, yeah.
So those are intelligent batteries, basically, is what
exactly.
So the battery and the charger are now talking to each other. So there's an AI technology going on there. And it's going to perfectly charge that battery up to full charge. And that at that point, you could pop it back into your tool. But the one thing I wanted to talk about, when you talk about runtime, when I tested the cordless PE14, I buffed out a 1970, I think it was a Cutlass GT, and I turned it on and I never shut it off. I just buffed and buffed. I just kept going around the car till it finally died, and that's where I think I got 40 minutes out of it. But nobody buffs like that. Nobody does. You buff a panel, you stop, you wipe it off. And all the time that you're not buffing it, your other battery's charging. So theoretically, you'll never be without a fully charged battery because nobody buffs like a maniac.
And I've had some guys that have called me, over the years, and they've been on different projects, and they buy extra batteries. And they, maybe a full work day, one guy in particular told me he had 6 batteries. And that 6 batteries was an 8-hour day for him. Yeah. And that, like you said, that's turning it on and off. And
maybe if you're going to be in a place where you can't take your charger and plug it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Just buy the extra batteries.
Perfect for mobile detailers. Then.
Pony up to the table.
Exactly. So, the whole system itself, Flex coming from the Shervon family. We have the Ego brand, which is the lawn and garden division. We have the Skill and Skill Sol brands as well. And all of that technology with the Shervon company really brings the Flex to light and explains where our battery technology comes from.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever regretted buying Flex tools. Sometimes you pay a little bit more, but here's the thing. Quality doesn't cost money, it makes money.
Oh, look at that.
That's deep.
That's deep.
Okay, is there anything else we needed to talk about?
I think we got it all.
I think we touched on all the products. We're excited to bring some of these things to light, try and educate you a little bit more. That's the whole point of SEMA whenever we do have SEMA. Mm-hmm. Let's hope that next year we'll be out at SEMA right now and enjoying everybody and showing some new products. So
yeah. One thing I want to add just for anybody watching this, and I wrote an article on this, but after using these tools extensively, one of the things that I like to show guys is with this tool that tool right there. No. Where'd the corded beast, the C beast, Super Beast go? Oh, you hid it from me. Okay, so when you buy this brand new, it comes with the 5-inch backing plate. And I'm just telling you, you can get the 6-inch, and here's why. Because it has so much power, you might as well put a bigger pad on there and take advantage of the power, and you can tackle more real estate faster. You can use this one, and it works great. We got that over here on the Sea Beast. But you know, for like whatever it costs for the backing plate, might as well upgrade, and then you can use larger pads. And you know, for me, a lot of times detailing a car, you know, I get it that some guys want to go out on a Saturday and just kind of relax and have fun in the car. But if you're ever doing this for money, really, you've got to get it done as fast as you can. It takes a long time to go from start to finish, okay? Washing a car, washing the wheels and tires, claying the car, prepping the car, buffing it out, and then whatever else you're going to do to it, that's a lot of time. And if you can cut a whole hour out because you're using a gear-driven tool with a large footprint, it's worth it when you start multiplying that over one car to the next car to the next car.
For sure, for sure.
Just speaking from experience here.
All right, on that note right there, I am going to open it up to viewer questions. It's time for you ask and, well, the vendor answers. Ha-ha! Chris is on the hook.
All right, let's do this.
All right, speed round. What is $1 million going to Yancy? No, just joking.
Not my checkbook.
Not my checkbook. Good call. Good up. All right, we got Fernando. Buenos tardes. Buenos tardes. We have Michael. What's up, guys? We got Michael O'Neill, which I already brought one of his questions. Me and my buddy Claude from Quebec. We have Mark Nelson. Hi, Mike Yancy. We have another guy, Nico Champagne. I think I said your last name right. Hi from Canada. This guy, you're gonna like this comment. Maximum 913, got a PXE 80 a few months ago. Absolutely love using it. Let's go down to here. James is looking forward to coming to your boot camp in February.
It'll be a lot of fun. You know, if anybody paid attention to this last 3-day boot camp class I had, you were there. My class detailed 17 cars in 3 days. It was
packed in here.
There was no tables, there were no chairs. It was just nothing
crazy.
but work. And this was one of the cars that was here. I bring in the coolest cars for people to train on. And that's how you get real world, you know, life experience on how to do something like this, is by working on it. You know, someone calls you up and says, hey, I've got a 1973 Camaro, you know, Z28. Can you buff it out? And you go, hell yeah, I can. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. All right, we have James here. PXE 80 is definitely on my Christmas list. Stay tuned. You might be able to win it. Win it before Christmas gets here. Santa.
I will sell you one too. So.
Yeah, he'll sell you one, you know, but I just want to say he is in red today, in red and white. Santa Claus over there right now. We got Gary saying he's watching live in the UK.
Hey, Gary, thanks for tuning in.
Over the pond.
Over the pond. Converted my ability to reflex. High roof sat on the floor. We knocked it out of the detail. All right.
I post over there to that big forum called Detailing World, by the way, Gary. Maybe I see you over there once in a while.
I like Mike Hostra. Do I get a free flex polish? Whoops, bring it up on there. Do I get a free flex polisher when I've bought 6 units?
You should get a free one after 6 units.
Maybe
after 12. We'll call it a baker's dozen.
All right, James. Thank you guys for the videos. All right. Okay. So the PXE requires its own chargers versus the other tools that has batteries. Is it? You can charge the PXE on the same charger.
Yeah.
Correct?
So we didn't talk about that. Actually, this charger will do both the 12 volt or the 18 volt. So as you switch it out, your 12 volt will fit on there. If for some reason you have one of the first generation cordless 18 volt units, message me and I'll explain how you can make the 12 volt work on there. It's something, basically the computer chip that's inside this charger identifies the battery before it fully starts working to just identify where it is.
Okay.
They all fit, they all charge.
All right, James 3401 is definitely my next polisher. You won't be disappointed.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. They're going away.
Yeah, I think it would be something that we would have announced at SEMA, is that the original 3401 unit.
Unplug that battery back.
Wherever we
Mike,
put it.
unplug that battery.
Yep.
There you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, the original 3401 has kind of seen the end of its life. In 2021, we'll expect to see that phase out and phase into the new Super Beast. So, looking for promotions and things like that towards Christmas time, I think now would be a good time to look if you need to add another 3401 to your arsenal.
Or you need to get your
but
first one.
Well, it's just, you know.
The evolution of tools.
Yes, the evolution tools, it's one of those things, if you really like the original, the 34-1, forewarning, get one now, stock up, because they are going to get phased out. And this is the evolution of tools. This will be the new replacement for the 3401. But you know what? Again, I'm a 3401 guy. And for the most part, I've completely switched over to the Super Beast. Smoother,
right.
quieter, cooler, lighter.
All right, did you get all 4?
I got a 4.
He's got to count while
I know. I was watching his fingers on that one. All right, James. He comes in. Do these XCE cordless come with 1 battery or 2?
So all of the battery-powered, what we call kits or sets, will come with 2 batteries. I don't think any of our. The only one that comes with 1 battery would be the blower. Comes with, when you buy the set, the blower comes with 1 5-amp battery.
And if you're blowing for more than, say, 40 minutes, you probably got some problems.
Yeah. I think the other thing, Yancy, to point out is if you go on Autogeek's website right now, you'll see the SEMA promotions.
Yeah, there.
Which I'm not sure the date of how long that goes till, but it's just designed for this week. It is a promotion, and Yancy's going to get you the link right up there.
There it is.
Now's the
pulling it
time
up.
to buy.
You can go straight to Autogeek and go into Shop by Brand, go to Flex Power Tools, and you'll see everything that is on sale right now. As I'm scrolling down, you can see the PXEs are on sale, the 125 is on sale, the blowers are on sale, the 150s aren't.
I mean, that blower price, that's $90 bucks. It's a steal.
You can't go wrong with that. I mean, $89.99. Come on.
So when Flex introduced the blower at SEMA a couple years ago, I was very fortunate to get the #1 blower. And I took it home to show my wife, and she says, "How's that thing work?" And I pulled the trigger and showed her. And she says, "Let me see that thing." And she walked out and blew all the leaves off the patio, and then she goes, "It's mine."
You lost it.
Yeah,
you lost #1.
That's not the #1. The #1's at home.
All right, let's go here. And actually, I don't think that you actually answered this, so this is good. James, again. Also, what is the lifespan on the battery for the cordless? How many charges can you get out of a battery before it goes?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I think it's something to point out. You know, when we're talking about battery technology, you know, Flex has that high-end premium battery, and I've heard a couple different things internally with my company, but recently, you know, R&D came out and said, you know, it's going to give you that 1,000 on average recharge life cycles, and I think if you compare that to a DIY product out in the market, most of the competitive products are going to tell you around 300 recharge is typical for a DIY battery out in the market. So and it really comes to do with the Keep Cool technology, the PCB board, the computer chip that's inside that battery. All those things play in to how long those lithium cells are going to last, and we have that strong Samsung lithium cell inside the unit.
And I think we mentioned it, we didn't really touch on it too hard. The fan that cools the motor down also pulls air through the battery.
Yeah,
that's why you'll see the screen down here, fresh air screen. So it pulls air through in here, flushes the body. That also helps it to keep cool, and that's another reason it beats the competition. You
know, lithium's a lot different than a NiCad battery that a lot of people are used to. When people say, how can a battery-powered tool, you know, work for me? And I've had a drill in the past, and it doesn't last very long, you know, and the batteries I go to grab it, and the battery's dead, and I can't recharge it. These lithium batteries are very smart. I mean, you look at the different manufacturers, the car manufacturers today, Cadillac, Tesla, obviously, you know, all these different car manufacturers use the same cell or very similar cells that are in these batteries.
Can you zoom in on this, Yancy?
I guess so.
Okay, so here's the bottom of the battery, and what I'm pointing to are 3 different stainless steel screens. They're air inlets. They're air inlet vents. And then if I flip this around, where's the outlet? Yeah. Right here. So right in front of the leads, this would be pulling into the body of the tool right there.
Oh, look at that.
Well, look for that on any other battery on a similar tool. You won't see it. Another thing that just separates the Flex battery technology from the competition.
It's really in the cutaway. You know, I pointed at it earlier. You don't see it a lot of times, but in the cutaway where you see that fan, there it is, that fan that turns. Every power tool has one of these little fans that turns, and that's pulling air, and that's really what cools the tool itself. Electric power tool uses its fan to help cool itself.
It's efficient. Got to be efficient. Okay, let's go down
Good questions,
here.
though.
Yeah, no, very good
I mean,
questions.
these are things we've talked about in other videos, but you know,
Thank-
we're on the spot here, we're live, and we're trying to cover everything we can. So thanks
Well,
for
this
the
is kind of cool
questions.
because people get to talk to you. You know,
Yeah.
they see me and Mike enough.
We're live at SEMA 2020.
Yeah, 2020 in Florida, Vegas. Yeah, that's what
right.
it's called. Humberto, great to bring SEMA to us here since not all of us be able to go. Well, we weren't able to go either, but that's why we're still doing it. Neil, why does the CB step down in power from Speed 6 only after a short while polishing paint?
Please answer that question and just
So
explain it.
I think what you're referring to is possibly when it gets below like the 2 bars, sometimes you may see a difference in the speed. And it is to extend obviously the life, you know, the run time that you have. But the bottom line, what I tell people is when you're pushing that button on the end of the battery and you're testing your battery, you know, easily push that button. If I'm there and I'm getting ready to go to my next panel, I'm going to take this battery off, throw it on a charger, and go to, you know, polishing or grabbing a fresh battery and go to polishing.
All right, Pete Tanzini. Big shout out to my friend Chris Metcalf at Flex Power Tools and my great pal Mike. Oh, all right, how much is he paying you guys?
Hey, Pete, how's it going?
I want to in on that money there, Pete. Always providing such great tech info and outstanding products. I'm loving my Cordless Flex arsenal. Just need to throw me a Pixie. You could win it.
Oh, you can win it.
You can win it. Blah, 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 blah. I think we already answered this. Are the batteries the same between flex device to flex device? Yes. And, all right, here we have Nico. Chris Metcalf is a good man. Talked with him at SEMA 2019 and by email in the last months. He really knew his products. Thank you for the great services, Chris.
No problem.
Props
Reach
to
out
you.
anytime. That's why I'm here.
When you need money, when you
Need a ride home.
home. he loves to Uber,
Flat tire change,
especially at 5 o'clock in the
changed.
morning. Answering questions. How many? We already answered that one. Okay, here's a good one. This is Mike. The battery technology in the Flex cordless units is hands down the best in any cordless power tool I've used in any brand. I get every last bit of charge out of the battery before it dies. The polisher will drop the speed for about 10 to 30 seconds, and that's the signal it's done. That's like, hey.
Yeah,
Yep.
it does have that quick pause towards the end, you know, because if you are in the middle of doing something, you want to know that it's gonna quit on you. So.
Oh man, these people, how much did you pay these people to put on these quotes up here? Andy, another vouch for Chris, had an issue with the backing plate after minimum use and he sent me a new one, no questions asked, super knowledgeable about his craft too.
You know, the backing plate, I can't remember his situation, but a lot of times, you know, we're working with so many different chemicals in this market, and I think it may have been, you know, there's so many different variables that are involved when you're talking about backing plates. But you do have to be careful if you're using a water-based versus a
Solvent-based?
Yeah, solvent-based product, and sometimes that solvent can cause the Velcro to come apart or different things like that.
It migrates to the center of the backing plate, and you got to understand that when you're using an orbital polisher, the way I describe that, that's a violent action. Okay, you got a lot of things going on there, especially at high speed, and the liquids just tend to migrate and they get to the backing plate, and look, everything wears out, even you and me. Nothing lasts forever.
The other thing to talk about with backing plates is on some of the original versions of the XFE, we had the backing plate was black. And if you have a black backing plate, please reach out to me on social media and I'll send you a red backing plate. The red backing plate is an upgraded backing plate. It wasn't that there was a problem with the black plates. It's just when we came out with the cordless beast, we had to have a little bit more strength on the backing plate. So we added these tabs. But this is also infused foam. So the red part of this is infused with the plastic. So it does not come apart.
It's a one piece.
Cool.
It's all one piece, which is really nice.
Really well thought out design there.
All right, I got, I think this guy's talking about what we were talking about off camera before we started.
Sure.
Will we see a Flex cordless vacuum?
In the US right now, we are not bringing over the cordless vacuum. I know other people, the UK gentlemen, they have access to those available. So
So there is benefits from being over the pond.
There is the cordless vacuum is available in other markets in the world. In the US right now, we don't have the Flex cordless vac.
Keep demanding it, then they'll bring it. Let's go here. Robert, when will the next discount codes in the near future? Go to Autogeek right now. A bunch of them are on there.
Yeah, as far as the future one goes, you know, with the holidays coming up, you know, the best thing to do is join the Autogeek newsletter. and open it up and see what's there for you, because that's just the best way to find out when it's going to happen, because usually they're very short-lived.
Okay, we're going to go here to Sarah. I've been looking to get a Flex for a while, just don't know which one to get. Looking at Beast and Super Beast right now. I have a Porter cable. I know I need to cut time. Any suggestions? Thanks. Great show and info, by the way. Love the light. I love the light too.
For me, what I would recommend is I'd go with the corded Super Beast, and then add the cordless down the road. Because you just said that you were looking for a way to cut time, and even though the battery technology is amazing, you're still the plugging into 110 volts and having
you got steady power.
It's just tons of power. It's the least thing that's going to keep you from going faster. The slow part in your part will just be you once you got the Super Beast.
I think that's what we said earlier in the video. Like, the question I get when you walk into the SEMA booth is, which unit would you purchase first? And I would steer you to the XCE 10-8, the Super Beast. Because if you don't have a Flex yet, this is where you start, and then you build your arsenal out from there.
I'm going to steal that from you.
All right, let me move on. Cathal, I think I said your name right. If not, I am so sorry. There are some cool aftermarket attachments for the Pixie. Will Flex make any available?
What I can tell you is we have
Stay
many
tuned.
things on the roadmap, and make sure that you come back.
That would be a
Stay
yes,
tuned.
just you can't say it right now,
the
people.
bottom line, it's such a great product. It's such a versatile product. It's kind of obvious that there's other things that are
You guys
on
had
the
that
roadmap.
intended from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, that's the bottom line. There's a roadmap is usually a 3-year roadmap. So, there's been things on the drawing board for a long time. And honestly, make your recommendations to us. If you have things that you want for the Pixie that you don't have right now, it's important for you to let people like Mike or myself know so that we can bring that back to the R&D team.
It's going to become the Flex Swiss Army knife. The Flex,
you go. Look
the
at
Flex
that.
Army knife.
Okay, let's go to Reed. Just got the Beast and a 50-foot rubber cord. Awesome tool. Is the Super Beast going to come with a longer cord in the future?
It's a good question. We actually just had that discussion. I plan to bring over some of the 25-foot cord units down the road, and I will also touch on what he mentioned in his quote there, the 50-foot cord. I hope you bought a 12-gauge 50-foot because I know Mike and I constantly are reiterating this during our classes and any videos we talk, but it's very important when you're using a Flex product because of the amperage that we're pulling to have that high-gauge cord. And this is not a light cord, it's heavy because of the amount of copper wire that's in there. This is a 12-gauge. Some guys that are running a 100-foot cord, I'd recommend a 10-gauge. Yeah. And that really makes a difference in how long the power tool lasts.
All right, let's move in. Let's go to Todd.
And we carry these cords at Autogeek.
Will Flex continue the same design and batteries? Because hate to spend the money and 2 years later the design be obsolete and have to buy new tools again.
I've seen that comment before. What's the answer?
I think the answer is, it's kind of like the 12-volt system. We made a battery smaller for that type of unit. The 18-volt platform will be around as well as the 12-volt platform. As things develop, sometimes the motors change and technology changes. Mm-hmm. But we're doing, we're
doing the best to keep it in the same.
Exactly. We're building that family of products just like we did here. We showed you all these different items. It's not just one unit and we don't have anything else to go along with that one battery-powered unit. We are the battery manufacturer. We are the motor manufacturer. We manufacture all these products in our factories, so we have that control.
Okay, cool. Let's go to Raymond. I'm currently running the gear-driven Makita. Why should I switch to a Flex?
I'll take that.
I'll take that.
First of all, I don't argue with people anymore. So whatever you like is what you should use. But what you're talking about is the differences between a 5mm gear-driven and an 8mm gear-driven. And I have some hanging up right over there. And when I come out here to detail a car and I want to get it done as fast as I can and keep my quality high, I always grab an 8mm, and that's the Flex. But there's nothing wrong with the Makita. Just to me, it's a slower machine.
Okay, let's move on. Michael O'Neill again. Is the 3401 backing plate the same as the new gear-driven Orbital?
The only real difference is in the hole placement. Yeah. So on the original 3401, which we moved it back here. So on this, you see we have 3 hole placements. So
You keep it in one spot, and I'll find you guys.
There we go.
There.
All right. So you see the 3 different hole placements, versus the single. And what we've done is we've now basically kind of spread out. We've spread out that connection. So as you apply pressure, the pad is completely connected to the motor itself.
So it's strength.
And really what you have, and Mike will attest to this, on the 3401, when you're applying a heck of a lot of pressure, you can flex this pad. And that's because of that center spindle and the center connection. With the new design of the backing plate, the reason they changed that is specifically because now when you apply pressure, that pressure that you're applying to those 3 different screws, it's completely connected to the body. So it just kind of, you don't have that flex anymore.
Okay.
It's all gone.
All right. Good answer.
Another
Good answer.
design improvement.
All right, Andy, upgrade programs for the phase out. Ah, you guys are smart
Listen to
out
this.
there.
Put it on eBay, it'll sell right away.
Yeah, right, exactly. Upsell, people, upsell.
Wait till the 34 is completely sold out, and
Then upsell.
Then sell your used one.
Yeah.
There'll be a bunch of guys out there that want it.
All right, let's go here. Jay, amazing products. I need to get my hand on one of these. Question, maintenance. What is needed to get the most life out of my new polishers?
Well, I would probably refer you back to your video library.
Yep.
We just did an
we
hour
did.
and 15-minute video on maintenance with the Flex products. So look up, I think that's how you look it up, Flex Maintenance on YouTube, and you'll find it right away.
I'll in the comments after this is all done, I'll put it in there.
The bottom line, I mean, there is basic maintenance that you have to do to a power tool. Common things that are just wear items or just backing plates.
The Velcro, the hook
I have
and
someone
loop.
that says, my backing plate wore out. I've been using it for 6 months. Well, and it's not covered under warranty. Our 1-year warranty doesn't cover a backing plate because how many days a week do you use that backing plate? How many times have you used it? There's so many variables involved. But bottom line with basic maintenance, the hooks wear out on the backing plates. Sometimes the cords wear out where you have to replace those, and I would refer you to Powerhouse.
Which I'm glad that you said that,
Yeah, 'cause
because
you're gonna
Reed
throw the
has
link up
that. When they are phased out, will you still be able to get parts for needed, like brushes, and that's where Powerhouse comes in.
Definitely.
Let me share this real quick because some guys don't know
All right,
this.
speed
Every
it,
time
'cause
you
we
pull
got-
a pad off a backing plate, you hear that sound? Okay, the hooks are stretching out, okay? They're wearing out. So if you change your pad often, you're gonna wear out the hook side often. And they are a wear item, and that's why they're not warranted. You're gonna wear them out. So the best thing to do is when you buy a flex tool like this or any power tool, is buy a backup backing plate. So if you find one that's totally worn out on you, you have one to put on to keep yourself working while you order a replacement for
definitely.
it. Don't let yourself get stranded.
Okay. Herberto, we just answered that question about the parts for the 34-1. Yes, they'll still be available. Pete recommends purchasing extra batteries. No swap, number 1 for the different. I'm sure your wife.
Let's do the contest.
Ron, swoop. I'm sure your wife. I still got some questions. You chill.
Okay.
Seriously, I've been light up over here. I'm sure your wife will let you swap out number 1 for a different one. Yeah, Stacy isn't going to have that. Right now, running in smaller batteries came with the Pixie. How much? This is a good one. I have the Flex Lite, and I'm running it on the smaller batteries that came with the Pixie. How much extra life would I get from the 18-volt battery?
So first of all, with a 12-volt battery, you will not get the full lumens that light actually provides. The light will work. I can't remember the exact lumens that it'll go to with the 12-volt battery. It's just over halfway. So you do want to invest in it. If you have the DWL 2500 light, you do want to invest in an 18-volt battery. That 18-volt battery will work on the same charger that came with your Pixie. But how long will it last? Probably at least double the length of time. I've heard 3 hours. I personally haven't tested the light. From people that have that light, I've gotten the comment a couple times that it lasts about 3 hours with the 18-volt battery.
Okay, cool. All right, speed run. We're going to get through these, then we have the contest coming up. Is it okay to leave your batteries in a heated unit, heated garage in Michigan?
I think the most important thing with your lithium batteries, you do want to keep them at a neutral temperature, at an average temperature. If you have like a hot car, it can cause the battery to shorten its life. And also the other thing that's important that I didn't mention, Yancy, that really a comment I want to make. If you deplete a battery completely to the end of its, where it's dead, you want to throw it on the charger right away. You don't ever want to put a lithium battery on the shelf. Yeah, when the battery is dead. Because the way the charger works is it has to have a little bit of power in that battery to test it before it starts charging.
Okay, then actually that's a good segue into this one. James, is the charger fast charging? How long does it take for a full charge?
Yeah, 48 minutes. We said that a little bit earlier. It's a high-speed charger. So for a 5-amp battery to charge in 48 minutes, if you have a competitive product that's a 5-amp battery, you're probably looking at an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes for a 5-amp battery. Ours is, the most I've seen is 48 minutes.
Okay. All right, Gary, off-topic question. I'm going to answer it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We will get to one of those in our live detailing classes. These are all more towards, what do you call it, new products, so I will get to you in a live detailing class. This guy, Bogdan. I'm so sorry for butchering your name.
Bogdan, yeah.
Always keep batteries charged when you store them. As long as you don't hit negative temperatures, you are fine. Charge the battery once a month or so if you plan to store. Now, to these batteries, I know some people, they always like, well, you don't want to leave them on the chargers because then you'll burn, not burn it, but you give a memory to the battery. How are these if you like leave them on a battery charger for a day or two?
I have to give Bogdan a quick shout out. Bogdan's one of our product managers for the Flex team.
No, well, there you go.
He's throwing a comment in there. He's backing up what I just said. But it is important.
Well, I apologize for ruining your name.
So, you know, Bogdan does a good job of helping develop these tools, and I'm glad he's listening because he's hearing all your comments that you're putting on here. But if you leave it on the charger turns itself off. So it's a smart charger. The charger itself, some of the people I've seen on Facebook has the wall, the holes to hang it on the wall. I don't know what you call them, but
Wall mount.
Wall mount. You know, you're able to wall mount this. Throw your battery on there. The charger will turn itself off when the battery's fully depleted, and it won't hurt the battery leaving it on there.
All right, cool. Let's go to Daryl. Is there a backing plate best used for the Sea Beast when polishing glass and pad?
Well, the factory backing plate, in my opinion, is the best one.
Well, first of all, it's the only backing plate
plate.
that'll fit on it. So
All right.
probably 5-inch though when you're polishing glass. A smaller footprint, really, for getting into those tighter areas is probably what I would recommend.
Okay, and I got to put this guy up because I just love his name for YouTube. Racing Jason. Yeah. If you have the original Flex 3401, which cordless polisher would you recommend? Finisher?
Probably the Sea Beast, to be honest with you. If you're going straight from the original Beast and you want to try something in the battery powered, I think you'd appreciate the Sea Beast.
Okay. Let's go through. Thank you for the response to the batteries. Thank you. What's a good flex for the beginner? I think we already did that. Now this Robert is going to lead us right over into that. Ready to try to win this PXE 80. Big fan of the Autogeek and the videos, so he's buttering us up. My email address where I can give you my account numbers is, no, just joking. Mike put out, looking to make a career out here in West Texas. Good luck on you in the mobile detailing. So with that being said, we do have a few different things that we can turn around and give away. I'm going to try to get these cameras all switched around and everything like that. And come around over here. So what all are we giving away, Chris?
Well, we've got a handful of these great signs for your shop. You know, so a couple people that had a nice arsenal. You know, feel free to participate in this. This giveaway.
Okay.
Just a nice sign for your shop. We've got 5 of those, and then 1 Pixie to give away.
All right.
It's a complete PXE 80 kit.
So they get the battery, they get everything that they're going to need, so they unbox it and go straight to work.
The full kit. So participate.
Okay, so for this to be done, and the way that we will run this is, let's go.
Hashtag Beast.
That's it.
The hashtag the Beast?
Or Pixie.
No, hashtag PXE 80.
PXE 80.
Yeah, did you see how it's just like he got deflated on that?
There it is.
No, because Pixie might bring up other different things. I want something that's I can turn around and narrow straight in there. I know how to use hashtags.
PXE
Sometimes
80.
you just got to watch what you use for hashtags. So what I need you guys to do is we have 5 signs.
5 signs.
We have 5 signs and 1 PXE 80. All right, so what we're going to do is in the comments, both on Facebook and in YouTube, put hashtag PXE 80. And on Friday, I will announce the winner. And good luck to all of you that are entering on this.
These come with sticky tape, so you just peel it off and stick it on the wall.
All right.
Cool.
So what else do we got? So I can take that light and all those other ones, since Mike never uses those, and they're all mine, correct? Right? Yeah. That's what we're gonna do, right, Mike?
I don't know. What did you do? Whatever you want to do. You want to take the lights? You take them.
All right. No. Thank you all for tuning in, and don't forget we will be back on live in 50 minutes with Dr. Beasley's next, and we're gonna see what the doctor is up to.
Doctor's in the house.
The
He's making a house call today.
Yeah, he's making a house call
Nice.
today.
Hey, Chris, thanks for being here, and I think you really made this live SEMA fun. You know,
No,
and
this is fun.
educational.
I always
This
fun
worked out.
having you
This
in
worked
there.
out great. So
Flex, good tools.
All right. See you all in just a little bit. Bye.
thanks.